For exercise 2.3, we have to discuss multiplication of a fraction by a fraction. You can see there is a circle and this circle is divided into 3 equal parts. And here this part is 1 upon 3 because the whole is divided into 3 parts and you selected 1. So this part here is 1 upon 3. And if we take 1 upon 2 of 1 upon 3 means we have to divide this 1 upon 3 portion into 2 equal parts and we have to select 1. Means we have to do the half of 1 upon 3. And this is the 1 upon 3. If you make the half of this 2, so this line equally divided into 2 parts. So we know 1 upon 2 of 1 upon 3 means multiplication of 1 upon 2 and 1 upon 3, and that will give you 1 upon 6. Let's see how. This is 1 upon 3 and you divided it in half and half. So what is this? Can you represent this portion in form of a fraction? So to represent this thing, let's divide all the segments into 2 equal parts. Now there you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are total 6 parts available, and if you take half of 1 upon 3, this is what? Out of 6 you are selecting 1, so that is 1 upon 6. It means 1 upon 2 of 1 upon 3 is 1 upon 6. So this result says that multiplication of numerator and multiplication of denominator gives the result. See, 1 into 1 is 1 and 2 into 3 is equal to 6. So the proper rule of multiplication of fractions is multiply numerators and multiply denominators. If you get two fractions 1 upon 2 into 1 upon 3, basically you multiply the numerators and denominators and write the result in form of a fraction. That is 1 is 1 and 2 3 is 6. That is your result. And if you want to take another example, 5 upon 4 into 4 upon 9. This time 5 4 is 20 and this is 36. This is the fraction. So we can multiply fractions, but we have to multiply numerators and denominators, and we will put the value as numerator and denominator as our result. Here are two conditions. When two proper fractions are multiplied, the product is less than each of the fraction. Proper fraction means where numerators are less than denominator. And when you multiply this 1 upon 2 and 1 upon 3, we get 1 upon 6. For this circle, 1 upon 2 means half of the circle, and this entire portion that you can see right now is the half of this circle, and 1 upon 2 means 1 out of all, means this all 3 segments if you add, that becomes 1 upon 2. 1 upon 3 means when it was not divided into parts, it was 1 upon 3, you can see. And 1 upon 6 is less than 1 upon 2 and 1 upon 3. In case you have same numerators, you can check the values of the fraction by the denominators. If you get the same value of numerators, the fraction which has least value of denominator is the greatest here. And you can see this is the greatest, then 1 upon 3, then 1 upon 6. Product of two improper fractions is greater than each of the following fraction. Improper fraction means 4 upon 3 and 5 upon 2. We have two fractions, these both fractions are improper fractions. And when you multiply these things, numerator will multiply numerator and denominator will multiply denominator. 4 5 is 20 and 3 2 is 6. Here if you check, this fraction is the greatest among these threes: 4/3, 5/2, and 20/6. Even now you have a work. Check what I'm saying. Try to get the LCM of these three numbers and convert these fractions in a form of the uniform denominator and check what is the result, which one is greater and which one is the least. But see here, multiplication of two proper fractions ever less than the fraction, and multiplication of two improper fractions is greater than each of the fraction. Now we will discuss our exercise 2.3. We have our first question. Find 1/4 of 1/4. Find 1/4 of 1/4. So basically we multiply when we get this of operator. So that will be what? 1/4 into 1/4. 1/4 of 1/4 is equal to 1/4 into 1/4, and numerators are multiplied and denominators are multiplied. 1 1 ja 1 and 4 4 ja 16. This is your result. This is your answer. 3/5. Find 1/4 of 3/5. So that is what? 1/4 of 3/5. So 1/4 is multiplying 3/5. 1 into 3/4 into 5 is equal to 1 3 is 3 and 4 5 is 20. Your answer. And 4/3 is multiplied by 4/3. You can see we have to find 1/4 of 4/3 too. So 1/4 it is. So we have 1/4 of 4/3. Now multiply, you will get 1 into 4/4 into 3. So 4/12. And if you want to find the least form of this fraction, then divide both the terms by 4. So 4 1 ja 4, 4 3 ja 12. 1/3 is your answer. We have question number 2. Multiply and reduce to lowest form if possible. If possible means if you get anything common. So we have 2/3 into 2 whole 2/3. So first make this mixed fraction an improper fraction. How? This is 2/3 into 3 2 is 6, 6 plus 2 8. So 8/3. Now 8 into 2 multiply, 8 2 is 16 upon 3 3 is 9. Now there is not any common fraction of 16 and 9, not 3, not anything else, so we have to leave this, and this is the least form of this fraction. And if you want to make it in mixed fraction, then 9 1 is 9, and the remainder is what? Remainder is 7. 1 whole 7/9. This is the answer. If here we multiply this 3/8 into 6/4. Students, if you have problem in this part doing this thing, just watch the previous video where I have explained this thing many times. 3/8 into 6/4 is equal to 3 6 is 18 upon 32. Now here we multiplied the numerators and denominators separately. Is there any number which can divide both the terms? So you can see at unit place there is 2 and there is 8. So numbers are divisible by 2. You know that. And 2 9 is 18. So here you can write 9. And upon when you divide this 32 by 2, you get 16. Now there is not any number which can divide the terms, and that is a proper fraction. 1/3 into 15/8. Multiply this thing, so 15 into 1 becomes 15, and 8 into 3, that will result 15/24. And 5 plus 1 becomes 6, and 6 is divisible by 3. You know the divisibility rule of the numbers. And 2 plus 4 becomes 6. 6 is again divisible by 3. So 3 can divide both the terms. So when you divide 15 by 3, you will get what? 5. So write here 5, and here it is when divided by 3 it gives 8. and this is the answer here. And this is the least form of the answer. You must understand this 15 upon 24 could be the answer, but we just changed it into least or lowest form, and that is what, 5 upon 8. Here again 4 upon 5 into 12 upon 7. If we multiply 4 and 12, we get 5 into 7 as denominator. 12 for the 48 upon 35. Now here is not any number which can divide both the terms. So yes, this is the least form. And how do we check the numbers are divisible or not? If you have doubt, comment me there, and then I will teach you how the divisibility rule here, that is from class 6th. Question number 3. Multiply the following fractions: 2 upon 5 into 5 whole 1 upon 4. Now we have to multiply these fractions. That is easy. This is 2 upon 5 into 5 whole 1 upon 4. So change it into improper fraction. 5 4 is 20, 20 plus 1, that becomes 21 upon 4. Now again multiply it, you will get 21 into 2 upon 5 4 is 20. This is 42 upon 20. Now 2 can divide these two terms. 42 is also divisible by 2, 20 is also. So divide 42 by 2, you will get 21, and divide 20, you will get 10. And this is the answer here, multiplication. And if you want to change it in the improper fraction, then divide it in. If you want to change it in mixed fraction, if you want to change it into mixed fraction, in that case divide 21 by 10, you will get the question 2 whole 1 upon 10. This is your answer. 3 upon 2 into 5 whole 1 upon 3. So 3 upon 2 is written same, but 5 whole 1 upon 3 is written now. 5 3 is 15. 15 plus 1 16. 16 upon 3. Next 48, because 16 3 is 48, and this is 6, and 6 8 is 48, and this is your result here. 3 whole 2 upon 5 into 4 upon 7. So 3 whole 2 upon 5, when you change this mixed fraction in improper fraction, 5 3 is 15, and 15 plus 2 17. 17 upon 5 into 4 upon 7, and again multiply. 17 into 4, that become 68, and 7 5 is 35. Here both the numbers are divisible by 7, so you can divide it. And if you change this improper fraction into mixed fraction, we have 35 in the 35, and remainder is 33 upon 35. And here we have again a question. 7 3 are 21, and 21 plus 4, that becomes 25 upon 7 into 3 upon 5. Multiplication of this is 75. 25 3 is 75, and 7 5 is 35. You know both the numbers are divisible by 5, so divide by 5, you will get here 15 and upon 7. Again improper fraction, so this is what, 2 whole 1 upon 7. This is your result. In question number 5, we have to find which one is greater, 2 upon 7 or 3 upon 4, or 2 upon 5 or 5 upon 8. So how to check it? Let's do it. Multiply these two fractions first. Term of here, find the values of the term. So 2 upon 7 is gonna multiply this 3 upon 4, and here 3 upon 5 is multiplying in 5 upon 8 because of this half. So this is 2 3 is 6 upon 7 4 is 28. And if you write in the lowest term, And this is what? 3 upon 14, because 2 3 are 6, and when you divide 28 it comes 14, and here it is 15 upon 40. 5 3 are 15 and 8 5 are 40, and both the numbers are divisible by 5, so 3 upon 8. When you divide this 15 by 5, you will get 3, and divide 40, you will get 8. Now we have two fractions and we have to check which one is greater. As I told you before, when you get same numerator and least denominator, that fraction is greater. And if you want to check it, go and check how. This is 3 upon 14 and this is 3 upon 8. Get the LCM of 14 and 8. Right here 14 and here 8. Now get the prime factorization. 2, this is 7 and this is 4. 2 7 2 7, then again 1, not 2. Here we have to multiply by 7 now. 1 1, so 2 into 2 into 2 into 7, that becomes 56. So here 56 is the LCM. So right here for this is 56, and for the second fraction this is again 56. Now 14 4 ja 56 and 4 3 ja 12, and here 8 7 ja 56 and 7 3 ja 21. Now in case of same denominator, you can see this fraction is written in the form of 21 upon 56 right now, has the greater value of the numerator, and that is why 3 upon is greater. So yes, 3 upon 5 of 5 upon 8 is greater than other number, which is 2 upon 7 of 3 upon 4. Right here, than 2 upon 7 of 3 upon 4. Okay, this is your answer. Now in this question we are given that Sally plants 4 saplings in a row. Sapling means here plant or small tree in the garden, and the distance between two adjacent saplings is 3 upon 4 meter. Here you can see in this row 4 saplings are there, 1 2 3 and 4, and the distance between two saplings is 3 upon 4 meter. Now you have to find the distance between the first and last sapling. From here to here you have to get the distance. You can see that 3 upon 4 is here added 3 times, then we can get the distance of these 2 points. Okay, so right here distance between the first and last sapling is equal to what? So 3 upon 4, you can see 1 2 3 is multiplying by 3, and the result is 3 3 is 9 upon 4. Or when you divide this 9 by 4, you will get 4 2 is 8, 1 whole upon 9 meter. This is your answer here. And question number 7, a car runs 16 km using 1 liter of petrol. And how much distance will it cover using 2 whole 3 upon 4 liter of petrol? Are you familiar of unitary method of solving the questions? See how we are going to multiply this thing. The car runs 16 km in 1 liter of oil or petrol, in 1 liter of petrol. So in 1 liter car travels 16 kilometer, and it is said that using 3/4 liter of petrol, how much distance this car is going to cover. So using 3/4, which means 4 2 is 8 and 8 3 11, 11/4 liter oil car travels. Remember your unitary method. We multiply distance by single unit and total liter of oil, that is 11/4. Now this is what? Multiply this 16 into 11 and upon 4. Multiply 16 and 11, you will get 16. So 176/4, and here 4 divides this 176. So 4 4 ja 16, 1 4 ja 16, 44 kilometer. This is the distance traveled in 3/4 liter of petrol.